Hello.
Boop, boop.
My name is Vix, and I have a very special video for you guys today. For a while I've been kind of unsatisfied with how I have been treating Rika, and I haven't really been expressing her real personality through like the artwork that I do, through my fursuit and everything. So I kind of wanted to start from scratch in a way where I'm like recreating the character. Not really much is changing, I'm just kind of like making a new reference sheet. Kind of, you know, starting to switch over to how she should really be represented instead of, you know, just a funny blue, fluffy, silly fox. And to honor this slight change in Rika's design and representation, I have decided to go through my old DeviantArt, yes, I did have one of those, and show you guys the full progression of Rika's design. And let me tell you, it gets really bad. It's pretty bad. I have had Rika for 12 years. Well, she turns 12 years in August. I made her when I was 12, made her in 2005, and I'm gonna basically just go through mostly her reference sheets and other artwork that I did of her that really shows how much she has changed. So here we have, this is the first picture of Rika I have ever drawn. I was 12 years old, she was a Sonic fan character. Here we have her demon form and her eyes changing into her demon form eyes and like a symbol, and these shoes that she's wearing, I actually owned those shoes. I had regular shoes and I colored them to look like that. Now, as you can see, she has always been a blue fox, and she started, like, she was, when I made her, I had envisioned her to be a Sonic fan character, like, you know, how a lot of people start. She was the sister of Tails, so her last name was Prower, and her name used to be spelled R-I-C-A, not R-I-K-A. I changed that a little bit later, but, I mean, she was pretty simple when she started. Pretty cute. And then this one was the first picture of her that I put on DeviantArt. It's just a simple Sonic. And then this little dragon is from, his name is Gui, and he was from Gaia Online. Because Gaia Online is actually where I came up with her name, because I was like, I need a name for my like avatar on Gaia, and I was like, Rika Fox Prower, and that's how that started. Now here we have Rika and her dark form. Her demon form became a dark form, and she's always been blue, and she's always had fire powers. That's like the thing that has never changed. And you can see here that she has gray eyes, and she has like this red triangle next to her eyes, and that's important. So keep that red triangle in mind. Regular Rika is still basically the same, but she has now lost the red triangle. And then the dark Rika, and as you can see, she's darker blue, she has red tipped hair, still has gray eyes. Still not much has changed. But then, her regular form and like her dark form both had dark forms for some reason. I know, it's like she just keeps progressively getting more edgy for some reason. I don't know. How old was I here? This was in 2006, so I was like 13. But yeah, here's like the dark. Oh, Ellie, that was her name. There was like Rika, and then there was Ellie, and they were like two versions of the same character. I don't know. And then this was Dark Rika and Dark Ellie. That's what it was. I don't. This was so many years ago. I can't remember. And these shoes that she's wearing, I actually kind of made those shoes too. I had these black shoes, and I put like thumbtacks or like push pins in the shoes to make them look like claws, and I wore them around everywhere. And this shirt she's wearing is a shirt I actually owned. It had its skull on it and it said Outlaw. It's very edgy. Now this is the new Rika. And as you can see, she has a weapon now. And she's still blue, but she has weird hair and red eyes. Oh my god, I totally forgot about this. This was my first attempt at Photoshop. This was in 2006. The end of 2006, my first attempt at Photoshop. Look at that quality. I was so talented at the time. I mean, just look at those lines and that coloring, man. I had a long way to go. Yeah, we're just gonna skip past that one. Oh, so this is, Rika's transformed a little bit more since the last one, and now her tail and her hair and her ears are all tipped red, and also her eyes are red, which at the time I didn't know that having, like, the white of your eyes be red meant that you were high, or, you know, something like that, and I had no idea. So when I gave Rika, like, slightly red, white red eyes, I didn't realize that she was gonna end up looking high all the time. And also at this time, oh, you can see there's a ring here where, I guess Silver the Hedgehog is proposing to her, because at that time apparently I had a thing for Silver the Hedgehog, and considering his quills on his head look like a weed leaf, I guess that kind of matches Rika's stoned eyes. I am not at all into drugs in any way, shape, or form, but I think this is really funny. She has wings now. Yeah, she had wings for a long time. Now this was an older version of Rika. She has weird eyes now. There's like weird stuff in her eyes, and she has guns for some reason. And now here we go. We got there was like 5 different versions of Rika. I don't even know. But this is Riku, which is bringing back the first version of Rika. See there with her red triangles. And she was like the light version, I guess. I don't know. And then this was the regular Rika. You can see how incredibly edgy she is. But it gets worse. Here we have Ellie, which is like Rika's, not her dark form, but like similar to how Riku is like the light version. This is like the dark version, but they're like separate, and I don't know. It was weird. And then this is dark Rika, and Rika would actually like transform into this, I guess. I don't know. It was look at that tail though. That's something. Now we hop over to this. We're still in 2007, surprisingly. But she still had giant cheek fluff. I actually made a sculpture of this. It's destroyed. It's very old. And I drew in MS Paint for a while because I didn't have Photoshop yet. And I drew with the mouse. Yeah, that was a fun time. Oh, she's a hedge fox now, apparently. Part hedgehog, part fox. My friend Arkham and I, we're creating a story, kind of, and we had this planet called Ravenion, and her character, Raven, lived on Ravenion, and Rika and Raven were like a thing at the time. Here, very closely, you can see the little stripes on her side, because Raven had stripes on his side, and so we decided that it was a Ravenion thing on the planet. Everybody had stripes on their sides, and so that's when I started putting stripes on Rika's sides. The rainbow version. Yeah. Trip pants. I had a lot of those back in the day. Oh, now here we go. This was her, I don't even know what to call this phase, but it was very rainbow. I drew rainbows a lot. Have this rainbow dragon in the back. Oh, jeez. And there's the swoosh. There's the beginning of the swoosh, the real beginning of the swoosh, because it's actually in a swoosh form, but she still has wings and she's still part hedgehog, but she has a new hairdo for some reason. Oh yeah, the glow stick on the tail. Yeah, I started putting a black light glow stick on the tail. And here's a completely different, like, shift in art style. Here she has like a big sword thing. She has black hair now. The black hair has begun. And the swoosh is looking more swoosh-like. If y'all remember Happy Tree Friends. Now this one was like, this was basically the start of a brand new style. There's like lots of weird shapes in the background. There's the swoosh! Swoosh in its full glory. Still got the wings though. I can't tell if she's still part hedgehog, but this was Zippers. He was like a lion thing that I had for a while. And oh, this was like my Kingdom Hearts phase, hence all the zippers on everything. And a reference sheet, sort of. She's an Arctic Fox now, as you can see. She didn't start out as an Arctic Fox, but at this point she is. She's got black hair, she's got the swoosh, she's got the light blue and the dark blue. The red is gone. The red tipped stuff is gone. She's got the stripes, but she still has the wings, and I actually owned these goggles. Now this outfit she had for a good while. The red is out of her hair, she still got the swoosh. There's Pyro, Senyo, and Raikou, I think his name was at the time. And I still have all of these characters, they just look completely different, just absolutely different. And here's a full reference sheet of her in that outfit. Now this was drawn by me, but then the line work and the color was done by Arkham. She looked pretty cool in this stage, but I didn't feel it anymore. Here we have the introduction of the white-furred Rika. Now at this point, it was just a different version of her. With white fur, here we have the hammer. Still got the wings, but this is pretty close. This was like the introduction to her current form, current look. Is here you can see the black down the back and the stripes, the gray paw pads, and if you look next to her eyes, there's black triangles. That was me doing a throwback to the red triangles that she used to have. So instead I added black triangles because I kind of wanted to bring back the original Rika a little bit. Now my first fursuit of Rika was made based off of this reference sheet. And of course I don't wear that fursuit anymore. It's very old. Now this was a slight change in the outfit and the introduction of her mask on her eyes. I basically took the black triangles that were next to her eyes and attached them to the black lines that were next to her nose. And now here we go when she switched over to the yellow eyes. Here on, all the changes made to her were very minor, but still meaningful. This version was a lot more humanoid, and then the next time I made a reference sheet of her, she was a lot more anthro looking. She's less humanoid, more fox-like. You can also see from this reference sheet to this reference sheet, she has a name change from Rika Fox Prower, which is the name of Tails, to Rika Fox Pauser, which is her current name, to get away from the whole Sonic thing. And then this is the reference sheet I had for a while. We're over on to for Affinity now. This was when we were done with DeviantArt. The colors are more vibrant. She still has fire powers, that never went away. She's always had fire powers. The white version is kind of like her being upset whenever she whenever she is feeling blue, she turns from blue to white. So that makes a lot of sense. And then this was the short-lived Strawberry Rika, which I spelled wrong on this reference sheet. There should be 2 R's. And now this is her current reference sheet that's on FA. As we started at this, and now we're at this. People get the ears wrong all the time. She still has the stripes and the swoosh. Very, very old things that were added to her design, but are still there. But I still felt like this wasn't a good enough representation of what Rika is actually like. So I am working on yet another reference sheet that really shows like her personality, what she's supposed to be like, and her real style and everything, with very, very slight changes in design. And I will show you that. It's not finished yet, but this is where I am right now. So you can see the few changes are now she has, instead of black or dark red pupils, she now has pink pupils. Her hair kind of like swooshes to the side like that instead of just being like a poof. And now she oh Jesus. And now she has fluffy hips and just basically a more tough gal kind of style. And then we also have some outfit references because these are actually outfits that I'm putting together. This is what Rika looks like now. I will be finishing up this reference sheet soon, so you guys all get to really experience the true Rika, the new Rika, the 2017 Rika. So I hope you guys enjoyed this trip down memory lane. But I'm curious to know, what is your favorite version of Rika? If you want to see more about them in the horribly cringy art that I did of them and descriptions on DeviantArt, feel free to go through my old DeviantArt. I'm not gonna link it though, you're gonna have to find it on your own because it is way too embarrassing. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you can have a whole new appreciation for Rika's design, and I'll go more in depth into her design and her personality thing and everything in another video, along with all the rest of my characters, so stay tuned for that because that's going to be coming pretty soon. So, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!